Peace. Hey, y'all. Hey. Maya Keeyana here. Welcome back to another episode of the Art Exhibit Podcast. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all, listen. I'm so hyped. I'm so excited. Let me take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath. Let's collectively breathe. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Okay, grounded. I'm here to introduce episode number 4 of the second season. I got the chance to sit down with KOURAJ, who is a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, teacher, so many attributes that you will learn more about as you watch this interview. We touched on so many things. This one is about 45 minutes long, so really take your time as you're going through it. Make sure you catch on all of the gems, pause it, rewind it, really digest the information that's being put out. KOURAJ talks about her experience through her music journey, some of the things that have influenced her, some of the lessons that she's learned, her experience as a solo artist and being a part of a band, some of the things that she does to prepare her voice for her big events. It's so much. It's so much. Again, this interview took place a little while ago. This was recorded at the end of December, so I want to give that context. So yeah, keep that in mind as you're watching, and definitely click the links in the description. In the description, you will see her Instagram, the band's Instagram, and everything that you need to stay updated with what KOURAJ is doing. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all invest, whether it be money, time, attention. But yes, make sure you pour into the artists that you get the chance to see on this channel, because they are pouring into you with these conversations. And make sure y'all follow Art Exhibit Podcast as well. And what else? I think that's it. And without further ado, let's get into this interview. Peace. Don't forget to live in love. Peace. Hey, y'all. Hey. Maya Keeyana here, and we are back with another episode of the Art Exhibit Podcast. And tonight we have none other than the Queen, KOURAJ.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I don't even know where to start. Well, first, can you introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know who you are, what you do, little introduction.
Okay. My name is KOURAJ. I'm a singer-songwriter from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm also a keyboardist. I'm a predominantly R&B singer. And yeah, I've been in the game for going on 5 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm excited for this year. It's very transformative year. Really developing my own sound, and I'm a part of a collective in Delaware County called Altruistic Vision. I'm also a vocalist, a part of a band called Harvest Groove Band. Shouts out to y'all, love y'all. And yeah, that's pretty much my life. Soon about to make my theater debut. Talking about that to come later.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you said
flowers. I'm trying.
Yes, receive.
I'm so bad at that. I'm so bad at that. We can talk about that later. We just getting started.
We just getting started. So with that intro, you said you have been in your industry for about 5 years. Mm-hmm. So what has that journey been like for you, being an artist, being a creative in the Philadelphia area?
Definitely transformative as a person, but also as a creative, and open mind. It's really opened my mind to all the different ways that you can achieve your goal. Mm-hmm. You know, I was always sometimes like if it doesn't happen this way, then it's not going to come out the way that I expected it to. But starting my music journey, not just with my own music, but being surrounded by other creatives as well, and seeing the difference in different artistries and how we all still come together to create a big, beautiful piece of art was very inspiring for me. And I think in the beginning, it was as a means to escape from reality a little bit. And then it transformed into the life that I always dreamed for myself.
Wow. So it's kind of like when the side story becomes the main
story. Yeah, like one of those
side quests.
The dream, the life that you dream yourself into having, and then you go through some things and you push yourself to actually pursue that goal for yourself, and you see how it's unfolding.
That is so beautiful. We were just talking about like pursuing dreams and like being irrational or being a dreamer essentially, and it's just like you are a testament that you should be a dreamer because dreams do come true, and the only determining factor is you.
Only you can make it break that.
So how would you describe, like, have you always been in a collective when it comes to your artistry, or did you start out solo?
No. So I started out in a collective called Scuba Gang. Shouts out to Scuba Gang. They're my little brothers. They are. They're my little brothers, and I promise you, they treat me like I'm their big sister. I promise you, in all the best ways and annoying ways, because I know y'all gonna watch it eventually. But
look, that's so dope to have a community that's waiting for your interview to drop. Like,
yeah.
Community.
And it's so cool to embrace that too, because it's so hard sometimes as an artist to, in a surreal kind of way, when you see the type of community that you have, and then like trusting in that, which is actually how I ended up with Scuba Gang, because I had no idea what I was doing, and my brother from another mother, he was managing this group at the time, so I joined that group and was with them for about a year, and then tried it on my own for a few months, and just due to inexperience and not knowing anyone or how to do anything, it was kind of just at a steadfast. And then in October, a year later, I actually had my first performance with Newports and News with Altruistic Vision at their Clout Run that year.
Wow!
Shouts out to TJ.
Shouts out. Keep behind the camera, y'all. Seriously, full circle. Look, shouts out. You ain't gonna hide.
Yeah. We better not hide. It's a full circle moment, man. Seriously, because I was backing Charisma at the time, and at the time I indirectly knew TJ, so it was really cool how things played out like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love a full circle moment.
Like,
that's amazing. How would you say your sound has, or you have transformed on your musical journey?
Oh, that's a great question. Hello.
Y'all good?
Right.
What? just to reference the board. Oh, I love that question. It helped me be very realistic with parts of myself that I did not want to be. It's definitely helped and taught me to be truthful with myself, and not just truthful with myself, but to truly be vulnerable, and that it's okay to be vulnerable. I'm not the best with my words, like, as a person sometimes. Like, I'm not the best to articulate, or at least not in the past, as I'm growing to learn and as a person. But my music was always my microphone. Like, it was always my way of verbalizing exactly how I needed to say things, the way I wanted it to be said, because I'm very big on messages being received positively. And and my mother always taught me, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. So like, you can say something, and even if you have best intention, if you upset, that can turn it a whole way around. And learning that through my songwriting was very powerful, because, just being honest, I did not expect people to listen. You know, my music was just for me, because when I really started, when I really knew I was ready to pursue this for myself as my own passion, because I've been in music my whole life. I've been singing my whole life. I come from a music family. It's rooted in me. But for me to do it on my own, I was tired of being afraid of what people would say, and if they would and would not listen. And then to receive the feedback that people were listening, and to receive the feedback that they gave, is so humbling for me, because it shows exactly just how I think as a person in life, which is, you know, we can all go through different situations, but we all experience the same things: happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, loneliness, togetherness, unity. We feel all the same things at some point, and that's what I want my music to be about, and that's what my message is about. And learning that message whilst also learning oneself can be a roller coaster indeed. But it's taught me to embrace every part of me, which was hard for me at first. So
you said a lot, so many gems dropped, and I just want to unpack that for a second. One of the things that you spoke on is like coming from a musical family, and I feel like that is a common theme amongst people of color, because it's just like music runs in our veins. Like literally making music, like that's it. Like that could be a beat.
Yes.
Like the music is in everything, and when you think about like the roots in different times where we could only communicate through music and different things like that. It's like music, it will never die. And then you talked about communicating like who you are through your artistry, and us having a collective human experience. Like you said, we all experience the same emotions, even though it may look different. And I feel like that is just the human experience, and being able to communicate that as an artist is a gift and a talent. And I'm very glad that you chose to pursue that, because not a lot of people do. It's like it can be hard to experience life and then at the same time turn around and make something influential from it. So I feel like artists have a very cemented place in history, just because of that gift and that talent.
It's so unappreciated, and I appreciate those words. It made my heart warm.
Oh look, I ain't done yet. I was waiting for you to. She said this is her first podcast.
You see?
Is it giving? It's not giving first podcast,
Right?
Because you ate that first question up, and we didn't even get into
That's
that
the
yet.
first question.
Right. That's one of the first.
You see, it came out, and I didn't even try it. Okay.
Yo, so you said you didn't really expect people to listen, and that sparked a memory in my mind. So not too long ago, in like August of this year, I was going through like a really tough time that I didn't, we ain't gonna get too deep into it because we're not. But the song that came to my mind, like I have this gift where I just be waking up with songs in my head, and sometimes I just let that set the tone for my day. Like it can be Stevie Wonder, it might be Nicki Minaj, it might be Reason Can Rap. Like I don't know, I just love it for real. But through that time, your song Keep Grinding Towards the Light really pushed me through, and I'm like, this is not even a song that I knew it because when you released it, I went to go check it out, but it wasn't something that I like frequented very much. But through that time, it came to me. So it was just like, it was really amazing. So I just wanted to reassure you that people are listening, and when I needed it, you was there.
Oh, I appreciate you sharing that story with me. Thank you so much. See,
look, don't get too deep into it.
That's not fair. I'm a Cancer. I'm emotional.
And I'm an Aquarius.
I know this is about me, but I also want to say, girl, I love your single.
Oh,
Your
thank
single.
you.
I play it. It's in my frequent playlist. Like, it's in my Queen playlist, like, that I play for myself. I just wanted to say that, and I was like, I know this is about me. But, like, you was talking about my songs and stuff, but I really appreciate that, because that's beneficial for this phase of my life where I'm in right now.
I love that. Thank you so much.
It's
Y'all go stream Vision. Go
seriously
purchase Vision from the link in my bio.
Seriously, you're missing out if you don't.
Thank you so much for that.
Seriously. Much love.
Okay, so the next thing I wanted to get into, what is it like being in a band, being a part of a creative community, essentially, and like having to work together to produce a single product? Like, what is that like?
Like any family,
Mm-hmm.
you know? That's just the best dynamic I could say, So it's a very beautiful thing when a bunch of different minds come together to create music. And I'm very appreciative because it's taught me so much as far as, how to interact with different people and different types of people and still be able to come together and create a great piece of music.
Yeah.
And it's awesome playing with them, with Altruistic Vision. It's the best. And for me, I'm grateful because I wasn't planning on being a keyboardist because I also play the keyboard. And I didn't really factor that into being a part of my artistry. And I'm very grateful for Tim Jones, who's the CEO of Altruistic Vision. He pushed me to really, stay focused on my keyboarding, like through the band. Because when we started the band almost 3 years ago, and it's been a very great experience pushing me and blending that into my artistry as well. Okay. And with Harvest Groove, it's really cool because I'm just the vocalist for Harvest Groove Band. So it's definitely a very different dynamic, from being the keyboardist to being the vocalist in a different band. But it's so cool because all the minds are still, even though they're different people, it's still the same energy and still the same feel. And I think that's what's most precious about being a part of a band is being aligned in energy. Because, even if you don't agree on everything or don't see eye to eye on everything, because you guys are aligned in energy and aligned in the end game and the end goal, it's what unifies you guys.
Working toward that common mission. I love that. Would you say that you prefer one over the other? Do you have a favorite? No? You love them both?
Yeah.
That's dope.
And even then, I would not put myself in trouble like that.
No, not as far as like with group, but I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
Like as far as being a vocalist and being a pianist, is there?
Oh, I thought you meant.
I would never.
I was gonna say I'm not answering that question. No, so I had another interview too, and because it's a new experience for me, being a part of multiple bands at a time. So it's been a new question for me that I've been asked. So I was like, it really doesn't feel like
trying to start some difference.
I don't think so. Sometimes I think it's just
curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity. Yeah. That's why I was like, no. As far as like the bands themselves, no, I don't feel like there's a difference or who I prefer. As far as vocalist and keyboardist, me personally, a vocalist because that's what I've trained my voice all my life to do. Gotcha. I didn't start practicing the keyboard until 2017, and then I took a really big hiatus from it until joining Altruistic Vision and picking it back up again. So that's more so like the passion that what I had, but it wasn't my main passion. You know how you have multiple different ones? You don't have to have just one.
Right. But this is where it started from.
Gotcha. The root of it all, the baby. Yes. The umbrella.
The first child.
Yeah. Singing.
Oh my God. Okay, so what is your process like when it comes to singing? Like, do you do anything special to protect or hone your voice?
My most least favorite is I stopped eating cheese.
Oh, I know that was so hard.
I love cheese. You know how much I love cheese. But, dairy products. I stay away from irritables. All kinds. I'm going to just say it like that. See, and on the day of my shows, I try my best not to do anything. I try my best because I'm a very busy woman. Sometimes it's hard for me to admit. Sometimes it's easy for me. But the reality is I'm busy nonetheless. So on the days of my shows, I try my best to try to stay still. Gotcha. And stay present. and stay focused on the show that's coming up. That way, the people that are coming to see me, or the people that I do interact with, they get 100% of me.
That's
so
amazing.
that's why I try to, no matter what, and even on days where where I'm like, I know I have something else to do, I'm like, I will always give myself like the first few hours before a show to get myself ready.
I heard it. Like, she takes this very seriously. This is my baby. So when y'all tap in, know that she wasn't playing.
Please.
I'm very appreciative. All right, so do you have a favorite project that you've created this far? Is there anyone that stands out to you? If not, you can say all of them.
I would have to say my debut album that I just dropped back in April.
Okay.
The Beautiful Complexity Saga, Volume 1. Because first is a 3-part saga. Volumes 2 and 3 aren't here yet because that part of my life hasn't happened yet. Actually, at the time I was putting together Volume 1, yes, I said that, but maybe I'm experiencing Volume 2 right now. I don't know. Maybe
I love that you were able to like kind of look into the future.
And Volume 1 and the Beautiful Complexity Saga is just the story of me and just some life experiences that I went through, as well as it's a beginning intro of kind of just how I came to become KOURAJ, essentially, and really start pursuing music. Because Keep Grinding, I wrote when I was in a very toxic relationship, and it was that on top of the pandemic, and on top of just ready to find myself when you acknowledge that you don't really know yourself. And that's the last song on the album, and in the beginning is this beautiful spoken word piece by this young poet. Her name is Evie, and she highlights the whole process for me of what it felt like in my past to feel as though you had to hide parts of yourself and keep it in darkness, and acknowledging that that's, not the way you should live your life. You should stand in your own truth. You should stand in your light, and to keep grinding to that. And yeah, my favorite part about it is that it feels like it's discontinued because it is.
I love that. And you always have that record of, I went through this, I conquered this.
Yeah.
Are there any influences or life experiences, you kind of touched on some, that you would like to share or dive deeper into as far as like what has contributed to some of your music?
The biggest thing I would say is that relationship that I was a part of. I was in that relationship for 7 years altogether. And
that's a long time.
Yeah.
But I bet did they know that they was inspiring this music?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you don't know about that.
Oh, they knew they inspired one.
Yeah, you're not a part of it.
Yeah. But,
sorry,
no,
let me stop you.
No, stop. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Because it's just, love. It's one of those relationships and one of those things where people grow and people change, and because you don't know how you change as a person, you end up negatively affecting the other. And I think we did that equally. I never ever once walked away from the relationship feeling like it was one-sided. I'm not really personally that type of person. I'm always, I am. I was gonna say, it's a two.
You know, fuck that.
To me, I meant as far as the details. Don't get me wrong. Now, again, I'm a Cancer. I could be petty, okay? I could be petty.
Oh, that's right.
I just choose not to be. I meant as
that's the growth, though. That's
she gets on my nerves. You get on my nerves. I meant as far as the aspect of how things end up getting to an ending point in a relationship. Eventually one party gives up, even if it's subconscious or not, and then people end up keep dealing with you guys choose to eventually keep dealing with each other's shit. Can I curse on it?
You can. I just started cursing. Okay, cool. So I want to talk about where has your music taken you as far as traveling? But that just opened up also like a metaphysical sense as well, so we can get into that afterwards. Like, where has your music taken you physically, and then where has your music taken you in other aspects spiritually?
Physically, my favorite place to go so far, I would say, is New York. Yeah, it takes me. Yeah, I've had a couple of shows out there throughout the past few years. And I've just always loved going down there. Even as a kid, I've always loved going down there. But to be down there performing your own music and sharing your own message out there, it was like a little Broadway girl's dream come true. And I've been in a few places. I've been to Jersey and just kind of like all around this area, like Baltimore. I do believe Baltimore would be the farthest I've traveled.
Where was the showcase that you had where I came out and visited? Was that Baltimore?
That was Baltimore, yeah.
That was so amazing. Like, you really put that together.
Oh,
You had
thank
mom
you so
cooking.
much.
The food was delicious.
Oh,
the community that went into that was
amazing. I guess I should say I'm a curator as well. I that's new to my resume from this year. That was only my third show at the time that I curated. Yeah.
Where are we at now? That was 23.
Now we're at 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
You done doubled up.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and plan on adding more next year. Stay tuned.
We're going to put all of the links, the Instagrams, and all of that will be in the video. So y'all don't have no excuse. Y'all know exactly where to find it.
Or I'm going to cry.
And y'all don't want KOURAJ crying.
And I will.
You're not doing that.
I said I'm a Cancer, you know. My music makes you cry in like healthy ways, you know, and you know, for myself, just because it's my own stuff, and, you know, I will cry. Tears of love too. If you follow it, I'll still cry. So it won't matter. So it's like, but yeah, I would say, physically, is taking me that far so far, but spiritually. I love this question for where I'm at now, and with my artistry, and with me, and the things that I'm going on in my life, because this is definitely a very enlightening phase in my life, and transformative phase of my life, where I'm really stepping into taking it seriously. You know, like, I'm not saying I've never not taken it seriously, but you know, you ever have that moment where you just now know there's nothing else that you would rather do, and all across the board, whether that's for the people that you share your message with, for yourself, for the person you haven't even met yet, for the future, the present, and the past. You just now know 100% this is what you want to do. And this year has been a lot of blessings like that for me, that have just confirmed that not only is this what I want to do, this is what I'm meant to do. And it's really, for me, also been a very scary experience, because I don't like change. You know, I'm not the best with change. Even if it's good change, you know, sometimes it's just like, wait, no, I'm not ready. And this year really taught me to learn to be uncomfortable. And to be uncomfortable so you can allow yourself to truly be comfortable. And when I say that, I mean, you got to step out of your comfort zone and step into new areas and try new things, and try the things that you're afraid to do, because 10 times out of 10 you were meant to do them. And it's not about running away from that fear, it's about facing that fear. And even if you fail, you know, that's a part of the journey and a part of the process. And just really truly embracing what that means to accept failure and to accept being uncomfortable, to allow yourself to remain teachable, because that's something that I always say. My daddy said that growing up, remain teachable, because the second that you stop wanting to grow and learn is the second that you stop growing as a person. And I love how this year it's been blending into that for me, and learning to really step out on my own. Because like you said, I've been a part of a collective the whole time, and I still am, but just learning to really stand on my own 2 feet and learn what that means for me and how that life looks for me on just, alone, despite who's, behind me as my village grows, just looking at my own life and how I choose to tackle that and handle that. I used to be very afraid. I'm very grateful for my music, for being a processor and a very, very big source of my own healing. And also, I heal from other people sharing that they're healing too. Because, for me, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right.
Absolutely. Definitely you are.
Words are powerful. Words are contracts, And, a lot of people, like, we're sharing our feelings and we're sharing our hearts, but other people listen too, and that's just as sacred. And I take that very seriously. Like the story you shared with me about keep grinding, I take that so seriously because that's all I want my words to do. Not just to be a story that reflects my own, but a story where not even if it's every song, but where you're able to look back for yourself and utilize it when you need it. And it just makes me all emotional. And now I'm going to stop because you see the tears.
I love it. Like, everything that you are giving is just really, like, pouring out and pouring into, and it's very amazing. It's never rambling. Like, you just said so many valuable things in that. And one of the main things I took from that is, like, the importance of a village and community to allow you to feel confident stepping out on your own and to feel ready and equipped. So that's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, I would not be here without my village. Mama, Daddy, Jaden, AV, TJ, Chase Palmet, TJ. On the camera. Every single person I've interacted with, Pussy Poet. If I could list you, Bria Nicole, Expressive Illustrations,
That's
Art Love. If I can list out every single person that has touched my life and touched my career, I would, because I wouldn't be here. See, I watch anime, right? And so there's a scene with Naruto's talking to Obito, right? And Naruto's explaining how, just trying to get through Obito's head, like, you're not going to get to where you, like, this type of leadership or love that you want until you accept the love of those around you. And it's this scene where they're going back and forth between the two characters, and you just see Naruto, you just see his village growing, and you just see people being added on. And it's so powerful, that scene, just in life, because, we say for babies it takes a village. That doesn't stop.
Right.
That doesn't just stop because we're teenagers or adults. Our village just changes. Or it gets added on and evolves. So I would not be here if it wasn't for my village. Like, you're a part of my village. Not just for the podcast, but for what happens behind the scenes too, and the love that we always give each other. Like, that stuff always matters to me.
I appreciate everybody in this room.
I'll trash it.
Yes,
get her stuff.
Get your candles.
Stuff. Get her stuff. I almost cussed, but I didn't.
Keeping it clean for the babies.
Keeping it clean for the babies. Oh wait, I did also bring stuff too. So you told me to bring stuff.
Let's get into it.
I was gonna say, I looked down and looked at my phone. I did. This is the only one of its kind as of right now.
Oh,
but it is available. Yeah, it is available. It's a T-shirt. It's my first T-shirt. Yeah, it says "Keep grinding toward your light."
Oh wait,
I
might need that one.
Yeah. It says "Keep grinding towards your light." That's my anthem. It just says no matter what you're going through, fight, keep grinding to that light that's inside you that keeps pushing for the next day. Even if that means I get to see my bed tomorrow. If that's your light for the day, then let that be your light for the day. Just in general. So that's my anthem. And then I got buttons. which I probably should have worn. You know, things you realize. You know, I'm still new at this. You know, and then let's say independent artist. So you know, I'm gonna do this.
Wait, can you lace me? Can I wear one?
Let's say. Okay, and then here, I'm gonna do this for you. Here you go. I'm gonna hook you up. You can have that.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna wear the shirt.
I would say, please don't stab yourself, because I'll be worried about that. I'll be worried about me stabbing myself. I'm not going to. And then I have bracelets.
Oh, the merch is so cute.
I really want to get pens, because I'm just obsessed.
I can send
with
you a
pens.
link to where I get my pens from.
Oh my gosh, your pens are so good.
They got the little curve, so it's like perfect for the writer's hand.
And then your journal, it still smells like the scent that you put on. It still smells like it, and I love it so much.
It's a marketing thing that I do.
Okay, I'm not even gonna ask you, because I love that it's just strictly yours. Like, I love that. I'm like,
oh yeah, I'm glad that it's still
so
has the
common.
smell. That's so good.
I was gonna say it's so good. So yep, that's it. I have bracelets and I have t-shirts. You know, still new to promoting yourself.
Yes. And how can people purchase these things? Do they come directly to you?
Yes, as of right now, you know. But you know, hopefully in 2025, with certain moves and things that are in place, you know, it'll be a different situation. I'm planting some seeds for the last quarter of the year.
Well, at the moment they are exclusive, so if you want it, you gotta come see her and come get your stuff.
You hit me up or follow me, and then just reach out to me on Instagram, and I'm right there.
Okay, so I have a couple more questions. One of those being, what do you feel is our responsibility to the youth? You talked about off camera your career as a teacher, which is amazing. Shout out to all of the teachers.
Yes.
So yeah,
Every level of teacher.
For sure. What do you feel like is our responsibility to the youth?
Ooh.
Meditate on it.
I'm trying to make sure I word this the right way. I think our responsibility to our youth is to show that we can be different and we can do different. And to also just stand in their own truths and who they are as people. I work with the younger age. I work with the 3 to 5-year-olds. So they're love them. I've only just started working with 3 to 5-year-olds a few years back. So it's still like really settling in this year, being with my 3rd year. And something I really learned about them is that they really are the first version of a human being, you know, and seeing them go through what we go through as adults, whether it's friendships or being uncertain of ourselves and uncertain of if this is something we want to do or not want to do or don't want to do, and to see how they model us, even me, their teacher and their educator. And even my younger family members, like my younger cousins, how even with short periods of time, they attach to little things so quickly. And I just think it's important to show that it's okay to have an open heart, even at such a young age. And I think even for us adults, in the world that we live in, that's hard, you know.
Sheltered and closed off.
Yeah, and to be open-hearted to everyone. You know, it's easier when you're a kid, because you know when you're a kid you don't care.
Yes, it's so natural just to be like open and loving.
But a lot of my big moments with my students are real sit-down, one-on-one conversations with them where I say, guess what? I'm going to tell you a secret. I get upset too. I get frustrated too. I understand where you're coming from. And to just hear that phrase, even at a 3 to 5-year-old, to see how even that can just be the beginning of the change for them.
You just made me think of the saying, connect before you correct.
Yep, I like that. Connect before you correct. Let's go with that one. That was a lot, worded way better than how I said it. I said, do how you do. I don't know how you I was like, love the on the spot fake courage. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I love that. Connect how you correct. And that's seriously how it is with my students. And I think it really for them opens it up for them comfortably, especially for some of the fact that a lot of the time, some of my students, I'm the first African American that they're meeting, yet alone the first African American woman. So
that is just like mind blowing. To just think about that.
So surreal, because when they're younger and they don't talk back to you, and they're just interacting through your, through their bodies and their do's and their ahs. That's completely different than a little human being that is trying to retain and have a whole conversation with you. And it's so surreal, understanding how important that is as a Black woman.
Being in first interaction where they just like a sponge and soaking up and receiving the experience. Yeah, and just treasuring the youth during that age. Because I think a lot of the times, adults, we all try to get to the youth when we're in their teens, or when they're even 5 or 6 in elementary school. But the identity is created
in the youth, like in the youth, like newborn to 5 years old, not just that. So treasure their sponginess.
Yes.
And feed into them positively.
Don't take those years for granted, guys. Like you said, from birth until 5, that is when they are becoming who they will be, essentially like the foundation of who they will grow into and how they will discern different information. So it's definitely an important time. I know it might be like easy to put those years off and it's like, oh well, I'll connect more when they get older, but it should really be the other way around. Like you said, value this time.
It's so precious, and then it goes so fast. Even for me as a teacher, because with 3 to 5s you end up with them for a couple of years. So even to see the growth from a couple of years alone, I tell the parents, I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I can't do it yet. I was like, I could do it as a woman. Like, I'm excited to have children when it's my time to have children. But I'm like, right now, I'm like, nope, I couldn't do it. I would be crying.
My niece just told me like she's losing her first tooth. I'm like, oh my God, you're about to be crying on camera.
Like, I get more excited than my students sometimes. Like, Miss Cabrina lost a tooth. What? Oh my God! And I'm just like, it's just I love my students, and I can only imagine what that's gonna feel like when I have my child of my own, which I can wait for. I got dreams and goals that will hopefully even in the years, turn into income that I can be able to live on my own. Yeah, and I used to be very nervous to talk about that aspect of my artistry too, because it's different for everyone. But that's the dream for me. Like I want to be able to make money off my music, to open a school for early childhood education, and a music school for early childhood education. I want to be able to provide a nice home for myself and for my family. And, I don't need to be famous, but if I can make a steady income off of my music into where I can make an actual sustainable living, then I'm good.
We're going to take out the if and
When?
There we go.
When? Thank you for that. When?
Doing it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is
the journey.
Keep grinding toward life. I'll never forget a couple of years back. There was an artist that I met, and he asked me what I wanted to do as far as why I was making music. Like I said, I'm doing music because I love it. He's like, okay, but why? He's like, you can love it, but why? I was like, okay, but I want to make some money. And then I said, plain and simple. And he was just like, oh, it's not just for the passion. And I was just like, well, that's the main thing, of course, but like, that's
what I said first.
Yeah, and this is perfect because I'm plugging a good friend of mine, OE, right now. He just dropped an album, and there's a song on his there's a quote that he said on his album in a little snippet where it said, I don't make art to be famous. I want to be famous because I make art.
Shouts out to OE too. I met him walking through the doors of Red Philly through TJ. And y'all gonna see him on the Artist of the Podcast as well. We're gonna link up.
So shouts out to you, as because that quote has been sitting with me every day since I've heard it, because it felt like it was the perfect way to sum up, you know, how I feel about music and how I feel about how I am with my music, where it's just like, all right, if I'm famous, then that's what the Lord blessed me to have in my life, and I'll be grateful for that. But the fact that I can even just make music right now, the fact that I can sit in my room when I'm upset and write a song, and I can share that, and the fact that like even just like the fact that I have a show tomorrow. And I'm so excited about having a show because I haven't performed my original music since I've dropped my album back in April. I haven't. Untruthful. A month after that. Since a month after that, so about maybe 3, 4 other months.
A good little bit.
Yeah. So even just having that shared space with this open mic tomorrow and going to different open mic spaces and having interactions like this, like I love the process and how we get there. Like her says, it's the journey, and like KOURAJ says, it's the little things that make the bigger picture.
Absolutely, yes. It's the pixels.
Yes, it's the pixels. It's the atoms.
It's the atoms.
It's the atoms.
Yo, your energy is so great to feed off of. We could sit here all night,
all day,
but they're gonna shut the lights off in a few minutes. So let's give the people somewhere to connect with you after this interview is over, and also tell them anything that you have coming up that you would like to promote.
Okay. Okay, wait, what was the first one?
Well, actually, let's flip it around. So, share anything that you want to promote, anything that you want them to know about, and then let them know where they can follow you.
Okay, I had totally mumble jumbled that in my brain for the moment.
It was a lot of words.
I have a show tomorrow, called the Say It With Your Chest open mic with the beautiful Queen Kalisa, who hears it with this amazing producer, Super Dupe. That's in Germantown. It's every other Friday. Definitely check it out at Melani Cafe. That's tomorrow. December 19th to December 22nd, I will be making my theater debut in Levittown / Langhorne, PA. I will be playing Grace and Kristen in a Levittown Christmas Carol. So the link is in my bio. The tickets actually went live yesterday. So I'll be posting that link in my bio and making an official post about that. I have some music coming up in 2025, which I'm really excited about, because it's kind of a introduction to a new sound a little bit, and stepping into a little something like your girl not just a singer, you know. I'm gonna just say that.
You gonna tease us like that?
I'm gonna just say that. So you know, I'm excited. You know, just listen to IDK if you just want a nice little, you know, little cinnamon sprinkle of what you think might happen. But you know, like I'm really excited. I'm really stepping into my R&B, neo soul, 90s bag a little bit.
Oh, that's my.
So I'm very excited. Yeah. So, and even for my songwriting, I'm really excited too. So just stay tuned with that. I have a collab single coming up, in March of 2025. I'll say got a few shows with Ultras Division lined up for the month of November and December as well, and as well as Harvest Groove. So just and also in 2025 I will be making some big moves with a band on my own as well.
Okay.
Wow. A band of my own.
Hey.
Yeah.
the way that you have these things planned out and already set up is just like so inspiring and confirming of the greatness that you will continue to create. So the last thing is, can you let the people know where they can follow you?
You can follow me at official KOURAJ. That's KOURAJ. If you type it in on Facebook as well, KOURAJ, I pop up. That's also on all streaming platforms. Apple, Spotify, Pandora, the YouTube. You can find me everywhere there. And yeah, just keep grinding towards y'all light, folks. And just keep being you and embracing every version of that.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me, KOURAJ.
Thank you for having me. Yes, I had a great time, and you were awesome. And thank you for having me and making this such an amazing safe space too. You say I look natural is because you made it feel natural.
Aww.
And I really appreciate that. And like I said, it's my first one, and a friendly face is a beautiful thing. And your energy is always very calming. So I'm very, very appreciative of you creating this space and allowing me to share my story.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Speaking of safe spaces, if y'all want to touch hands with the KOURAJ and also with a couple other artists that you saw on the podcast, you should pull up to Live, Love, Create. This is going to be November 23rd from 111 to 555 at Sarah 5, which is located at 939 North Front Street. So follow me to stay tuned on more details and just come out and see what it's about.
Say, come support, come see. You're not going to regret it.
You won't.
Mm-mm.
All right, with that, peace, y'all.
Peace and love.
Peace.
Mwah.